Hi, this is Dr. Lisa Neer, mezzo-soprano and voice teacher, and I'm here in the month of May to offer you a series of practices that you can use to get your voice back in shape and rebuild your vocal technique after over a year in this pandemic. Today's exercise uses semi-occluded sounds on slides, and semi-occluded is it's a fancy word to mean somewhat closed. So we can have a totally closed vocal tract sound in terms of the mouth opening, where our mouth is closed. Then the air has to go through our nose. We can also have an open sound on one of our very open vowels. Oh, or ah, or ah. The lips are very relaxed, the mouth is open wide. The semi-occluded sounds means that the opening at the lips is narrowed or somewhat occluded, somewhat obstructed. So we can do these on a lip trill, a tongue trill, or on a small rounded vowel like an oo, oo. You can also use a straw, ooh, sing through your straw. Those are all different semi-occluded sounds. So the exercise for today is to choose one or more of those sounds. You can change it up, and to just start by sliding up and down within a comfortable range for you. So it might look something or sound something like this. And I'm going to really encourage you to connect those dots. It's easy when we think of sliding to sort of skip some notes in the middle and sort of jump up to the extreme or jump down to the extreme, but see if you can really connect all those dots. This allows the vocal tissues, the vocal cords, to practice stretching. When they stretch longer and tauter, those are our higher pitches, and fatter and looser are our lower pitches. So we can really practice stretching those out. Let's try it again. I lost it there for a second. That's okay. Or you can do it on an ooh. Ooh. Or your straw, right? And then you can try doing this where you're sliding up and down, starting in a medium comfortable range, a fifth or an octave, right? So I could do a fifth. Ooh. And you can go up and down by half steps, so you can do an octave. And again, connecting the dots, trying to really keep it smooth. And it's always important to have a goal in mind with any vocal technique that we do. So we're using our minds to help us find that best form and learn as much as we can out of the exercise. And so some thoughts that would be helpful, some goals that would be helpful for this exercise would be connecting that dot, really sliding, really connecting all the way up and down. Also always important to think about a nice low breath support, low breath, full connected exhalation. Earlier, when I was demonstrating, I sort of lost my buzz for a moment. So my breath support wasn't quite consistent enough to keep that trill going. So if you do the lip trill or the tongue trill, that's a really useful thing to notice as well. Was my trill even, or did I sort of under or overblow it and lose it? That might tell you that you need a little more consistent support from your low exhalation muscles. And we'll talk about those more in a future video. But for now, I would just encourage you to take 2 or 3 or 4 minutes and do some of these goofy slides using a semi-occluded sound. What the semi-occluded sound does for us in our vocal technique is it helps equalize the pressure. We have air pressure coming up from the lungs, up from the bottom, going through our vocal cords. When we slightly narrow that opening at the mouth, it sends some of that air pressure back and evens out the pressure on the top and the bottom of the vocal cords. And this teaches our body how to have a efficient airflow, one that's not overly pushed or pressed, and also one that's not overly breathy or sort of under-energized. And this is something that the body then can learn to do, not just when we're doing these semi-occluded sounds, but like training wheels for anything that we do in our singing. So it's a wonderful thing to come to when you're getting back into a vocal practice. And it's a wonderful thing to incorporate in your day. It's easy to do in the shower. It's easy to just take 2 or 3 minutes and do some slides and then some octaves or fifths up and down by half steps. And see what it does for you and how it helps you awaken that voice and help you get back into a singing practice. So I hope that this was useful. Give me a like if this was helpful for you. Share it with a friend. And let me know in the comments what you want me to cover. This is May 4th. May the 4th be with you. And we have a lot of days left in May. And so I'll be posting these very regularly, and I want to tailor them to what your questions are as you get back into your singing practice. Okay, have a good one.